Hi everyone, my name is Delana Green and I am here to help you save time and grow your business in an emotionally sustainable way. I'm an entrepreneur, podcast host, mom of three, and business coach. I started my business with 19 years old with $0 in the bank, and it is my family's main source of income today. I know what it takes to build a successful business from the ground up and, more importantly, how to do it without burning yourself out. You are not going to want to miss this content, so make sure to tap that subscribe and that little like button so that YouTube and you will tell business owners around the world about my channel. Now, let's get started. Okay, so here I have Jasper open. I also have Anchor. Anchor is what I chose for my main, gonna launch it. I'm also gonna use some other ones, but this is sort of my first pancake, which actually happens to be the title of my first episode. So you can see that here. I decided to keep it simple with the title, How She's Doing It, the number one. Let me fix that. So there's this whole theory that I've had for years. You're gonna have to go and listen to the episode if you want more information on it. You'll get kind of a sneak peek because I'm going to take this. I'm gonna go over to Jasper. So I have this on my phone, my iPad, and on my Mac. So when I log on to my phone to use Jasper, which I typically use for like social media, quick little things, it's gonna have different inputs saved as the last one that I did, as well as the history. The history is saved per device that you're using. I'm gonna type in, because there is no template for podcasts, that's why I went over to commands. The other one that you can possibly use for show notes would be the YouTube description, but I'm gonna compare those two. So here we go with commands. All right, so now that I typed all this up, because that took forever, my command was write the show notes for the first episode of the How She's Doing It podcast, all about the first pancake theory. Then the background information that I'm going to add is what my podcast is, who am I, and I even put that in parentheses. I'm curious to see how that translates, and what my podcast is about, how I focus on efficiency, and the first pancake theory and what that is. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it to 3 exports. So if you are watching this, leave a comment below on what you have used AI programs for, because I want to know. Wow, that's a lot of notes. I did not expect that much. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna compare it. I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm just gonna compare to if we were to use YouTube, because I have a feeling it might be shorter. The thing I don't love about Jasper is it doesn't really save the fact that you've logged in when you open it up on another browser or tab. So we're going over to templates. I'm gonna head over to videos. I'm gonna go with descriptions though. We'll see. Okay, so here it has my last things that are saved. I'm gonna copy paste. This is gonna be too long for that. So How She's Doing It podcast, all about the first pancake theory. These are not any of the keywords I'm using. So we're gonna type in small business, mom run, women-owned business. I'm interested to see if this is gonna translate well. In this episode, let's see. In this episode of the How She's Doing It podcast, we're talking about the first pancake theory. This theory is all about how you have to make your first pancake perfectly in order to have a good batch of pancakes. That is not what it's about. So this is an occasion where I would completely swap that around. And this analogy can be applied to business and life in general. That is true. Listen for tips on how to make your first pancake perfect and learn from the first pancake theory. Okay, so that is not what the first pancake theory is about. Let me take a look at these guys. Are you a mom looking to start your own business? Are you feeling lost? Don't know where to start? Don't worry, we've all been there. In this episode of the How She's Doing It podcast, we're talking about the first pancake theory and how to apply it for your business. I like this one with business coach and author Kathleen Gage. It does this very often. It just throws in random names in there if you don't give it one. So shares her story of how she stumbled upon this theory and helped it help her business thrive. This is much one watch for any woman. I also really like that one. So I don't know if this is going to be a mistake because this is my first pancake. Okay, so let's compare that to what we found here. This would be like something that I would want to put more in a blog because it's really long and I don't know if I've ever seen show notes. Join us next week here on the How She's Doing It podcast, where we look into it further, including tips on overcoming challenges. I like this. I'm going to save this and use it for something else, but this is not, okay, here's some show notes that are shorter about being a sustainable business owner and how you can use efficiency to your advantage. I had no idea. This theory was first proposed by Charles H. I'm going to look that up. That's one of the things where sometimes they just throw these facts in that you always want to double check. Let's do that. I'm really curious. Charles H. Kepner. We're going to do this right now. Let's see if this is a real thing, because this will be very telling. The Rational Manager. Oh, this is a real book. That's fascinating. Bravo, Jasper. So it is a real book. This is the website, Premise of Rational Management. Interesting. This is more what I was expecting, to be honest. I'm going to take what I just had. I'm going to go to Improver, Content Improver. And I'm going to take what I had. Let's see how this changes it a little bit. When I take two things that I like, or two outputs that I like, I will copy paste them combined and throw them into Content Improver, because it just does a really good job at combining the two and giving you the same information that both give you in a clean way. Have you ever wanted to start your own business but have no idea where to begin? If so, don't worry, you're not alone. Join us for the special episode of How She's Doing It as we dive into the first pancake theory with Delana Green. Through her humorous journey to success, she'll share an invaluable tip that helped her business thrive and teach you how you can apply it too. This is one hot stack of pancakes worth flipping. Oh my gosh. Watch now and learn the secret recipe for achieving entrepreneurial greatness. Oh, wow. I love that. So has starting your business left you feeling like a pancake flipper in the dark? Don't worry. Delana Green has been there in this hilarious episode. She shares her journey as an entrepreneur and reveals how the first pancake theory helped her set her up for success. Get ready to be entertained and maybe even enlightened by some actionable advice. This is like gone down rabbit hole that is mom jokes, because mom jokes are a thing in themselves. But I feel like there's even some things that I could have missed. Like, who knows what it means to start a recipe from scratch? Maybe. Is that too far? I'm going to do it. Tune into the show now and get motivated with the first pancake theory. I love this. I'm going to keep this last sentence because that just is awesome. I like to scroll through the episode titles, and actually when one catches my eye, I read the show notes to tell me what I'm going to get out of it. So I like the fact that this has a call to action. Pretty much exactly what I wanted. I think we're golden. So you can see how quick and easy that was, and I didn't have to think. And it was easy to find stuff that related to me because of the inputs that I gave it. I didn't just take the first one it gave me. I looked through, I figured out what I related to, tweaked it using some combinations. I nearly always use Content Improver to either kind of narrow down what I want to say. If I have something that I made the first draft for, I throw it in there to give me something better. Otherwise, I like to use it for when I'm combining two outputs that Jasper did give me, where I like stuff from both of them, but I'm not exactly sure how to combine them into one sentence that doesn't sound awkward. I'm gonna publish it. This is more the podcast description. I don't think I found something for that. I don't think I've written something for that yet. Okay, if you don't know what that's from, that's probably good. Okay, so my command for Jasper, How She's Doing It podcast. I had a podcast description for the How She's Doing It podcast. I'm gonna take out the first pancake theory because this podcast is for women that wear many hats. Stick look, empowering and inspiring podcast hosted by Delana Green. I like this. In each episode, listeners will gain insight into the stories of successful women entrepreneurs who have mastered productivity and efficiency. Okay, we're gonna do ready to publish. I'm publishing. Good job. Okay. Wow. I've wanted to do this for 10 years. No joke. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that you gained some valuable content from this and that you liked it. There are so many cool things that you can do with AI, and in this series that I'm creating here, you're able to use these tools to really create online business with them. Stay tuned, watch for future episodes, and I'll see ya. Hey, if you liked that content, please subscribe so that you can see more every week. Leave a comment below telling me what your favorite tip about this video was, or your favorite AI program that you like to use for your business. See you next time.